What's up, guys? Sawtooth Dave here. Little shark sawtooth. I ain't showed this one in a while. You guys, any of you guys that knew me back in the day knew that it was a one I used to show all the time. Instagram especially. It's gonna be a rambling video before you even start it. You probably know that I'm just a rambling motherfucker anyhow, but we're gonna start. So last time I was telling everybody pretty much I won the raffle for the knife rights, so that turned into a bunch of knives, and that was this is my Ritter that I chose to celebrate the win from knife rights. So all the rest of those were given away. I kept a lot of the swag. I kept all the swag actually, but this is my one memento to kind of, you know, I have for that whole thing, the Ritter. And actually, believe it or not, like I got the 320. Hang on a second, I'm gonna grab it real quick. One second. Sitting right here by the safe anyhow, so I can just snag it up real quick. Actually, might as well snag them both up. Sorry about that for a second. So to me, like I heard some people say that these aren't the best feeling, whatever, but I mean, for me, this is about the smallest knife that I would consider of like a full-size knife. Like this feels good to me. I like the way it fits in my hand. The contouring, the G10, so much better than the Griptilians. I've had tons of Griptilians back in the day. Damn good knife. I didn't mean to go into a review mode or whatever the fuck you want to call it, but since we're talking about Hogues for just a second, I got this 320 a while back, and a lot of people rant and rave on it. I think it's mainly because you can go that forward finger control. And this is the same kind of way. It's just big enough knife to actually call full size for me anyhow. Nasty edge. It's a good knife, but to me, how it feels in the hand, I'll take that. I'll take this over it any day. I think this one feels so much better. Just a better overall knife. But I guess it's kind of more old school. And when we're talking old school, I don't know if I have or haven't showed this. The 4-inch EX01 button lock. Kind of going into button locks for just a second, but you know, my last video I was talking about all the knife trays. Well, not my last video, but video before last, I just uploaded one with the wife in it. Just, you guys want to check it out, go ahead. But this is like one of the models I used to have back in the day, but I'd always liked these button locks, but it's just something about this particular model because it's G10 on the handle. It's just like super light, so the weight's not right on it. So I always thought machining the back of it like a titanium backspacer or something like in the backspacer, or maybe even make a tie clip or something just to put some weight in the back, because it is right now. So it's so forward heavy, right? It's hard to describe. But anyhow, cool fucking knife, but it's a cool button lock. The other one that was on the channel a while back, one I was making a clip for, I got from Brandon, was the Max Ace Babylon, I think. And everybody compares the Babylon to the Sumo. It's like the basic small Sumo. And I was telling him last, or whatever video was in the shipping container when I was talking about the knife giveaway thing. The agreement between me and my wife is to keep 40 knives. Well, I didn't realize till I took inventory that I was a pretty good bit over it. So I was on the pre-order for the Thick Boy. Per agreement also, we don't keep Chinese made knives. We can check them out, but just don't keep them. So with the one exception she has that she's working on trying to get rid of, there's no other Chinese knives in our collection. I know some people swear by Chinese knives, and I can see the quality. I can see the difference as just for us. It's more of a, I don't know, choice, let's call it, to stay American made. So anyway, I turned that Thick Boy into this Sumo. I had to add some cash on top, but you know, another button lock. But it's super, super small. Like I thought this knife, I knew it was small. I didn't think it was this small. And for you guys that consider this a full-size knife, that's just our difference of opinion. This to me is like a 5th pocket knife. It's tiny, man. Like I couldn't consider that a real knife. Now I can get a decent, you can see I'm not really stretching out or not. I can get a decent purchase on it. Like, but the pinky hanging off thing just really ain't for me, man. Like, you know, to get a grip on it and stuff, to really use this knife for like any kind of let's say harder pushes or anything like that. I don't know, it's not that comfortable for me, but it's still a cool button lock. I like how he does the button. I think the knife's executed well, machined very well. Like every hoback that I've seen, like from a machinist point of view, is done on point. There's really nothing I could say machine quality wise that I would do differently if I was machining it. The pocket clip itself, I think fucking sucks, but Hot Rod didn't think it was bad when she held it in her hands. She don't mind it. Me personally, I don't know why anybody puts a pocket clip on the spine like that. I don't know, just not, it's not me. I like mine straight down the middle. That's just how I roll, I guess. Other than that, like, it's just too small of a knife, and I was gonna move it, but she decided she liked it, so we're gonna keep it, let her have it in her collection. But that's the Sumo, and compared this to the Max Ace, or even to that Hogue right there, that handles way better to me as just a general knife. The action on it, like, it's good, man. And this is washers, American made. I don't think I paid $100 for this on Reddit, one of the trades or purchases. I can't remember which one it was that this one came from. I mean, you can't beat it. This is $500, man. Like, this is $500. Like, it's well made, but $500, man. I don't know. For me, it's just not. I don't know. Just not for me, I guess. But the Max Ace, the Babylon, to me, kicks both their asses as far as the way it handles and the overall feel. This one's probably second best. It's good quality. It's good everything else on it. What you expect from Hogue, or what I expect from Hogue anyhow. But just the overall knife, as far as usefulness of a knife, I like the Babylon better. Just is what it is, right? I kind of been on a little bit of a throwback kind of kick, and that's kind of why I brought the old EX01 out, and this basically reminiscent of the Griptilian, and of course the shark tail I started the knife with. But this is another one from Reddit. I told you wheel and deals, so here's another wheel and deal, CQC 15. This is definitely a newer one than I had. The clip is definitely different, because now the clips say Emerson on them, and they're different. The G10 feels slightly different, and this one has a little bit of stick, but that's kind of typical of the Emersons. I dig the Emersons. This one's a funky shape. I dig the shape. Dude I got it from, Ben, was super cool. You know, worked with me. Actually, I missed out on this one from another post, and he remembered that I was wanting it, so he actually contacted me off of, I got this one off USN, not Reddit, my bad. But the dude Ben, who ended up working out this deal with, that really cool guy. Nice to meet people like that in that knife community that you don't even know, and nice to know they're still out there, and it's not all scams. But you know, like, it's hard to tell. But from USN, almost everybody I've in contact with off USN is badass. Anyway, CQC 15, dig this one, but it's definitely a throwback from years ago when I was collecting. I kind of wanted to get another one, and since we're in the throwbacks, I never actually owned the original one of these, but we looked at several of them in stores. They were used, and they were already high at the time. This is another Neil Blackwood design. We had the pipsqueak from Neil Blackwood, so Neil Blackwood's logo right there. Some of you guys might have seen this on Chris Grady Gear's channel, and then it went over to DTM Kyle. I didn't think the guy's name is, I believe it's Christopher. I don't believe he was going to sell it for a while, and then he changed his mind and told me, and went ahead and sold it to me. We had kind of worked out a deal before DTM got it, and then I think he was thinking about keeping it, maybe doing some mods or something, but here it is for me. You know, I dig the recurves and the size. Oh, let me show it next to the sawtooth. So you see, it's a good size knife. It's just slender, but let's show you. So you can see next to the sawtooth. See, it's a big knife, man. Like, it's a big knife. It's cool. I dig it. And it's funny that I like these before I even knew what sawtooths were. But you know, the colors on it, all the holes, the funky coloring, you know, that's not me at all. These holes up here, they don't bother me too much, but they're not much in employment holes because they chamfered them so heavy you can't really get a grip to get it out. So it's kind of not a fidgety knife. So if you're a fidgety guy, probably not gonna like this design. And of course, the tip down, like, nah, that ain't gonna work for me. So kind of sort of what I was thinking about is turning this, basically these frames, because they're skinny enough, turn it into a liner lock and just put something on top of it. So I don't know if that's something on top is gonna be titanium, G10. I don't know how I'm going to mount it. This pivot is a press fit pivot. So I don't know. Just thought about doing something different with it. You don't see these all the time. I dig the blade shape. The handle shape's okay. It's just not wide enough really. But overall, like, it's still a cool knife to have in the collection. And you can still, you know, you can still manipulate it if you play with it for a minute and get to figuring out how to use it. It still works. Just not up to today's standards, I guess you'd say, as far as action goes. But it's a cool throwback knife. I dig it, man. And I always kind of wanted one. Even when I handled them back in the day, I knew there was something I would want to do differently. I just didn't know if I had the means or the skills to do that. And that's pretty much it for those like throwback kind of things. I just want to show this off for a second. So this is the Spyderco Magnitude. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen this knife before. I haven't done videos before too, but this is the original pocket clip. And something like that. The guy said I started working a trade on this one. Sorry, didn't back up and tell you the whole story. Started working a trade on it on Reddit. The dude said basically he liked the knife, hated the clip. So I was like, hey dude, I'll make you a clip. So he wanted deep carry. I got another one I'll show you here in a second. I made two. I made one the way I wanted it, and I made one the way he asked me to make one, basically. So you can see I kind of sort of, let me put this back up, kind of sort of mimic the overall shape of this, kind of sort of. Try to keep it in the family of what Peter Carey would do style. It's extended back here basically because the other one, I'll show you here in a second. And he just wanted basically less clip hanging down and less hanging out of his pocket. So I was able to make this one's traditional style. I was able to kind of make this one all the way back to here. It's about the same amount sticking out of your knife or sticking out of your hand, but this is a definitely lower profile than the other one I'll show you in a second ago. This one's about 140 thousandths or slightly over 1/8 inch for y'all don't know what I'm talking about. From here to the scales, this was kind of a bitch to do because the scales are contoured this way and this way. So for drawing it up in CAD, I'm just not that skilled. I'm not gonna lie. I had my buddy Ron from work help me drawing what was done on this one so I could actually machine it. Just not that skilled, man. Just, you know, it is what it is. We all know our limitations. So a lot of this on the inside of this was kind of the, well, finger filed fuckery, I guess you could call it. But it's all right, you know, it fits decent. It's not the perfect fit. It's good for the first one I ever did. I definitely have to have, there's definitely gonna be room for improvement. In cutting the ramp on this one, I just chose an angle basically across to make the main ledge, and then just basically cut up on both sides of it to make this one. It's broad. This direction is broad, so I need to cut in 40, like a 120 or 60 or something on the sides of it to kind of narrow that spot down, because this one is a little bit tough to get in and out of the pocket depending on what you want for retention. Like this is also one you could put in your pants, it ain't coming out. Like I like this one a lot. For me, this is the style that I like, that I would use. But the dude wanted deep carry, right? So this is basically the same profile, so you can see the profile is the same, so that's going to look the same on the knife. Difference on this one is, you can see how it's just contoured and stuff, and this one's not quite all finished up. It's a little bit needs to be done right here, but you see how it's going to sit super deep up on that and make it deep carry. Problem with this design is it's super narrow in this, so you only got that little piece of material, that little piece in between the two holes on these counter bores right there. Only get that piece of material and what's a little bit on the sides, so it's a really weak spot right here in this clip. This is my first time trying to do a deep carry. I did cut it with an 1/8 inch, so it has a decent amount of space in there. I'm not deep carry. I don't really care about that stuff. Like, it's not my style. If it's your style, then you probably have more things to critique on it than I know. But this is the first one I did. I don't use them, so I don't really know what to expect. I just kind of wung it, man. The dude I'm making these for too is a machinist as well. So the cool thing is he gets to be, I guess, inspected by another machinist, and they can give me feedback. And that's what I kind of look for. Like, I've done that before with the Rodney Knife-tastic, and he was cool enough to kind of give me some feedback on the scale. He didn't really have any things to actually, you know, say negatively. He just think I did a good job on it. So like, it makes me feel good to know that other machinists like the work that I'm doing too. On this one, like you can see on this one, the angle I chose was funky on this one. So I did a lot of, you know, hand filing and drumming and stuff to kind of make this what I was looking for. Like this finish back in here, I hate. As a machinist, it's like, it's sloppy, man. Like, I wish I could clean that up, and I probably will try to clean it up a little bit more before I'm done. And these are just sandblasted. I think I'm probably going to try to tumble these as well, kind of match the finish. See if you can really tell. The liners are kind of a little bit darker. Let's see if you can see right here. It's a little bit lighter on these pocket clips than these. So if I stone wash it, I'm hoping it just darken up just a little bit. But anyway, I just want to show those clips, kind of progress. I've heard a few guys actually mention clips on some of their videos, and I appreciate it. I'm glad that you guys are kind of digging what I'm doing as far as the clips go. I'm not a business. You guys know I'm not a business. If I offer my services, I'm just offering them to you just because I think it's a challenge, like this one kind of was. Like, I never would have thought to make a new clip for this one. It was a good challenge, man, and I liked it for a challenge. Is everything you do makes you better, and that's the whole goal. Like, I learned some stuff in here that I need to definitely learn more and practice more and become better at doing stuff in here and in the inside to get the contours down. So this was a huge challenge for me. Not gonna lie, it took a lot longer than it should have, but it was fun. But anyways, what I was gonna get at is, you know, I'm not a businessman. Like, you guys want to you guys that watch this stuff that want a clip or something, I'm not opposed to trying to make you guys clips. I did offer, like Steve offered him, make him a clip for a knife that he got in recently. But you know, if you got something you're in the, like a hinder, and you want a clip made for it, dude, there's 8 million of them out there. Why you asking me to make one? You just make one. Just get one that you like already, man. I'm kind of into stuff like this. You can't go buy an old Magnitude clip. The clip's kind of ugly, and this one kind of makes the knife look more, I don't know, Peter Carey-ish, for lack of a better term, less Spyderco-ish. So I kind of dig that sort of thing. And I'm rambling. So basically, I wanted to wish everybody Merry Christmas. Hope you all are doing good. That's about all I got on this one. All right then, later, fellas.